Hello and welcome to my final video report on the team project for my second year. My primary role working in the team was to develop the AI for the game, which I did, with also a couple of extras, because originally the only thing I was doing and creating was a simple enemy that patrols around and shoots. But sorry, no, the only original thing I was doing was a turret which fired, but then I added in an enemy which patrols around and shoots. These, what you can see here, are the enemies. They are designed to be drones that fly around and shoot at you. Models created by one of our designers. And the turrets, which are up here, which in their starting positions they're underneath the ground, but when you've triggered them they do rise up, so if I drop down you can't see it very well, but I'll demonstrate it when I do a bit of a quick run through of the game just to show what it looks like. There's also turrets in these rooms which were put in so that when the power is pulled out of the wall, the turrets do rise up and you shoot, and you do have to destroy the turrets before you can progress. As well as doing the AI, I started working with Reese on doing the level designs from the because I had to give him the programmer's perspective of things to say what we could and couldn't do with certain, of the stuff, because whether it's too much of a scope for us to do, because the designers don't entirely understand how far how programmers can go, especially with the difficulties our team had with things such as losing team members and there only being 2 programmers left, which was myself and John. So I also created the butler, which is in the lab level, which I will show you at the end. But for now, I'll just quickly show you the blueprints and stuff that I made before going through the level, just to give you a quick show of what I've done. This is the blueprint for the turret. The turret I created following some of the documentation on the Unreal website. I was taking in their advice, because this is the first thing I created. It was just, it's very basic. It doesn't use anything advanced, no behavior trees or anything like that. It's just literally looks at the player, detects the player, shoots the player. Well, keep shooting until the player's dead or the turret itself is dead. This section here is the section which creates it rise up to raise out of the ground when you come into contact with it. This is just standard activation of the AI. This over here is the health system, so that when the turret is hit by the player's bullet, it will reduce the health down to when it hits 0, it'll explode and despawn, basically. The way the health works, it just chooses a random integer between 3 and 6, and that sets it as its health. This is the behavior tree for the drones. It basically runs by, it starts, it runs the look for pawn, which is this. It just casts the enemy. If it sees it, it can see it, and then it'll chase. So if it can see it, it will go down here and sets that the can see pawns is set to true. And when that's set to true, it will then attack the player, which uses the attack the player function, which basically casts it and just moves the AI to the player, just chases them around until they lose track. And when it's not seeing the player, it patrols, which is this, which it just gets random navigation points using a nav mesh and just goes to them over time. Just moves about. This is the enemy itself. Here I've got it set so that after receiving some criticism that the enemies, you couldn't really tell if they were damaged or not, I set it so that you could so the enemy would flash red. Its material would flash red when hit by a projectile, just to show you are doing some damage. And this down here as well is a sound which plays when the drone is destroyed. And up here, this is the sorry. This here is the ability to shoot, so that it can fire a projectile at the player as it's going around. I will show you the lab just very quickly. I'll do a quick play. As you can see, you can hear the drones, and these are the drones now. There you go, they flash red and they're shooting at me, doing damage. Let's quickly show you that. And I'll just run up here. And here we have the turrets, which shoot. That's that to demonstrate. And that's basically it. I'm short on time, so I would show you the butler, but the butler basically just uses the patrol function and just patrols around our lab. This is what I have done for our game. If I had more time, I wish I could have done more with it, but yes, thank you for listening, and goodbye.